I make friends on every solo trip, and in today's video, I'm sharing my 5 go-to strategies so you can too. Over the past 10 years, I've traveled solo through 20 countries, and despite being an introvert, I've been able to meet other solo travelers, expats, and even locals along the way. All right, let's get into my 5 strategies, and spoiler alert, numbers 3 and 5 are probably my personal favorites. The number one easiest way to make friends while traveling solo is by staying in a hostel. I understand that not everyone wants to stay in a hostel, but stick with me here because in just a minute, I'm going to tell you how you can take advantage of hostels to make friends without even being a guest. Hostels typically cater to solo travelers and offer shared bedrooms, shared kitchens, bathrooms, living areas, outdoor gardens, and in some cases, even pools or bars. Because pretty much all of the spaces are common areas, you practically have no choice but to strike up conversations with other travelers who are eager to make friends too. People will naturally just tell you about their plans for the day and invite you along, and that's actually how I ended up going to the famous Oahu Botanical Garden with 2 women from my hostel dorm room in Honolulu. We had a great time and got to split the cost of the Uber 3 ways. If you're planning to stay in a hostel, go ahead and check out the description box for my free hostel packing list. This will walk you through everything that you need to bring in order to have the most comfortable stay possible. But now, back to what I said about not having to stay in a hostel, but still being able to meet people there. Many hostels will host several social events throughout the week that are open to the public, not just guests. At the hostel I stayed at in Bucharest, for example, there was a social event every night, and most of the attendees were actually locals. Hostel events could include trivia nights, boat parties, bar crawls, and so much more. You just have to know about them in advance and sign up. To do this, I suggest looking at hostelworld.com to look at nearby hostels and see which ones are hosting events. Then you can go directly to that hostel's website for more information or text them on WhatsApp asking how you can sign up. Another reliable way to meet people naturally is by sitting at the bar whenever you go out to eat at a restaurant. I know this sounds simple, but it really does work. And that's because when you're sitting that close to each other, it would be really strange not to have a conversation. Just like you, many people sitting at the bar are there by themselves, and half the time you don't even have to be the one to start the conversation because the other person will. But if you want to break the ice, my go-to conversation starters are simply asking if the seat is taken, what did you order, have you been here before? I mean, just really easy, basic questions. When sitting at the bar, I've met other solo travelers that I ended up going out with immediately after we finished eating. Sometimes people have even offered to pay for my food after we've had a little bit of a conversation. And of course, bartenders will sometimes give you a drink on the house, so you just never know who you're going to meet when you sit at the bar at a restaurant. Okay, now on to one of my favorite ways to meet people while traveling solo, and that would be joining an excursion through TripAdvisor, Viator, or Get Your Guide. Excursions that I've gone on as a solo traveler include a catamaran tour in Panama, a chocolate tour in Belgium, and most recently a beer and guacamole boat tour in Mexico. However, this method is slightly different from the other 2 that we just talked about, and that's because in this circumstance, you're more likely to be meeting people traveling in groups rather than other solo travelers. I don't know the reason for that, but it's just been my experience that I'm often the only solo traveler on excursions like these. I know this might sound intimidating, but let me tell you, group travelers love meeting solo travelers. In my experience, they are just in awe of someone traveling alone, which makes them eager to hear your story. And meeting group travelers is great for you as a solo traveler because in addition to them already being interested in you, these travelers are typically celebrating something and are therefore in a really good mood and super approachable. Think about the group trips that you've been on. from birthday trips to bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, college friends, reunions. I mean, group travelers are typically on vacation with their friends and just ready to have a good time. And just remember that when you're approaching a group, you really only have to go up to one person and then they'll introduce you to everybody else. I did this on my catamaran tour in Panama and ended up talking with a bunch of women celebrating someone's birthday. One of them actually lived near me in the Bay Area, so a few months later, she and I took a day trip out to Yosemite National Park. Okay, moving on to my last two strategies. If you're already on dating apps and you use them in your everyday life, why not use them while you're traveling? Something that I've been doing is setting my location on my dating app to my destination a couple weeks or even just days in advance. When you do this, you actually have more time to chat with someone and get to know them before you meet up with them in real life. When I've done this successfully in the past, I've been able to fly in, freshen up at the Airbnb, and then immediately go out and have dinner with somebody. And it is a really fun way to hit the ground running when you get to a new place. Of course, use the same discernment and precautions that you would use with these apps back home, like looking this person up online, meeting them in a safe location, or sharing your location with a friend. And if dating apps are not your thing, there are several other apps for platonic connections as well. Bumble has offered its BFF version for finding friendships for several years now, and I've actually done that myself and met some pretty cool people. Another app that I just started using is called Nomad Table. Anyone can post an activity that they want to do, and if you're interested in joining, you can join the chat with the organizer to get the details. So let's pull up Sydney, Australia as an example so you can see how it works. As you can see, there are a ton of different activities that people are trying to host. Looks like someone wants to go to the zoo today. It's saying I'm too far away because I'm not in Australia, but normally it would say join the chat. And then you could start chatting with all of these people who are interested and meet up with them. This video is not sponsored by this app, by the way. I just think it's a really cool concept, and I've been seeing more and more apps like this popping up on the market all over the place. And lastly, there are a ton of opportunities to meet people through official organized meetups on Eventbrite, Facebook groups, and even WhatsApp groups. Run clubs in particular have been popping up all over the place over the last couple of years. And honestly, these are great for meeting people because typically they're hosted in big cities. Hundreds of people will come together once a week and go for a jog. And then everyone sticks around afterwards to socialize over a coffee, for example. These groups are intended to help people meet each other. So if you're heading to a big city and you like to run, this could be a great option for you. No matter which type of group you're interested in joining, all it takes is a little bit of research ahead of your trip. So there you have it. These are my 5 go-to strategies to make friends on every single solo trip. If you have other strategies, definitely let us know down in the comments. And also, as I'm wrapping up this solo travel series, let me know if there's any final topics or questions that you want me to cover. Thanks so much for watching. Please give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, download my free hostel packing list, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!